Hi, today we are going to discuss the MBO and its process. Management by objective is a systematic and organized approach that allows management to focus on achievable goals and to attain the best possible result from available resources. It aims to increase organizational performance by aligning goals and subordinate objectives throughout the organization. Ideally, employees get strong input to identify their objectives, timeline for completion, etc. MBO includes ongoing tracking and feedback in the process to reach objectives. The principle behind management by objective is to make sure that everybody within the organization has a clear understanding of the aims or objective of that organization, as well as awareness of their own roles and responsibilities in achieving those aims. The complete system of MBO is to get manager and empowered employees acting to implement and achieve their plans, which automatically achieve those of the organization. The MBO style is appropriate for knowledge-based enterprise when staff is competent. It is appropriate in situations where organizations wish to build employees' management and self-leadership skill and tap their entrepreneurial creativity, tacit knowledge, and initiative. Management by objective is a strategic management model that aims to improve the performance of an organization by clearly defining objectives that are agreed to by both management and employees. According to the theory, having a say in goal setting and action plan encourages participation and commitment among employees, as well as aligning objective across the organization. The term MBO was first outlined by management guru Peter Drucker in his 1954 book, The Practice of Management. Drucker believed MBO was not a cure-all but a tool to be utilized. It gives organization a process. The success of MBO is dependent on the support from the top management, clearly outline objectives, and train manager who can implement it. Now, let us discuss the steps involved in MBO process. The first one is analysis of internal and external environment. Environment is nothing but surrounding situation. Before setting goals, it is essential that superior and subordinate must analyze both internal and external environment to conduct SWOT analysis. The internal analysis involves analysis of management philosophy, organizational strategy, available human resources, management employee relationship, and so on. Organization strength and weakness can be rightly identified by conducting internal analysis. External analysis involves analysis of government policies, international environment, economic policies, and competitor strategies, etc. Such analysis indicates opportunities and threats in setting the goals. The next step is to either determine or revise organizational objectives for the entire company. This broad overview should be derived from the firm's mission and vision and on the basis of SWOT analysis. Goals are critical issues to organizational effectiveness, and they serve a number of purposes. Organization can also have several different kinds of goals, all of which must be appropriately managed, and number of different kinds of manager must be involved in setting goals. The goals set by the superior are preliminary, based on the analysis and judgment as to what can and what should be accomplished by the organization within the certain period. The objective can be visionary objective, which are long-term goals towards which the organization purposes to move. Attainable objectives, which can be achieved in 5 to 10 years time. Operational objectives are short period objective, which can be achieved in a time period ranging from few months to 3 years. The objectives are framed in terms of main key areas like quantity, that is how much, quality, how well, cost, with what resources, time, how soon, and so on. For example, the production department may set goal to reduce wastage by 5% in next 3 months. So whenever you are setting goal, it should be properly set. The third very important step is determining subordinate objectives. This step is to translate the organizational objectives to employees. Drucker used the acronym SMART, that is specific, measurable, acceptable, realistic, time-bound, to express the concept. After making sure that employees, managers have informed of pertinent general objectives, strategies, and planning premises, the manager can then proceed to work with employees setting their objectives. It is expected to stimulate the participation of employees setting individual objectives. After the organization objectives are shared with employees from the top to the bottom, employees should be encouraged to help set their own objectives to achieve these larger organizational objectives. This gives employees greater motivation since they have greater empowerment and mental satisfaction of involvement in goal setting process. Superior and subordinate jointly decide and formulate the goals of a particular activity. The goals are set in key result area, which is called as KRA, in various functional areas. KRA are priority areas which can help in directing the limited resources towards significant achievement, that is profitability, market standing, innovation, productivity, worker performance, financial and physical resources, manager performance and development, public responsibility, and so on. KRA important because it indicates the areas where results are important. It also identifies at first and then specific objectives are set for each KRAs. It provides guidelines for objective and strategies and facilitates the pursuit process. The manager asks what goals the employees believe they can accomplish, in what time period, and with what resources. They will then discuss some preliminary thoughts about what goals seem feasible for the company or department, and accordingly goals are set jointly. The next one is collectively framing and implementing action plan. The superior and subordinate jointly formulate action plan to achieve goals. Action plan includes decision on appropriate strategies for achieving the agreed objectives, assignment of responsibility for the achievement of objective, allocation of resources, people, material, facilities required to achieve the objectives, programming of specific activities on the basis of best possible alternative for the effective use of allocated resources toward achievement of agreed objectives. After resources allocation, the subordinate can implement the plan. If any guidance or clarification is required, then they can contact their superior. Before selecting a particular action plan, the cost and benefit analysis is undertaken. The next step in MBO process in continuous monitoring performance and progress. It involves monitoring the progress of the employees. The superior and subordinate periodically measures the actual performance. For this purpose, report of evaluating performance are prepared. Manager normally uses 5 tools to check the plan performance, that is sales analysis, market share analysis, marketing expenses to sales analysis, then financial analysis, and market-based scorecard analysis. MBO process is not only essential for making line manager in business organization more effective, but also equally important for monitoring the performance and progress of employees. For monitoring performance and progress, it is necessary to identify ineffective programs by comparing performance with pre-established objective, using zero-based budgeting, applying MBO concept for measuring individual plans, then preparing long-term and short-range objectives and plans, installing effective control, and designing sound organizational structure with clear responsibilities and decision-making authority at the appropriate level. The next comes is the performance evaluation. Performance review is made by participation of the concerned manager. It is in terms of what target has been set and how is the performance of the subordinate with respect to certain set standard. The actual performance is compared against planned target. The comparison will indicate deviation, if any. If the performance is up to the mark, then the subordinate should be rightly rewarded for their progress. This step includes honest feedback on what was achieved and not achieved for each employee. The next step is providing feedback. Now, the next ingredient what we are discussing is about the MBO program. That is, it requires continuous feedback on performance and goals that allows individual to monitor and correct their own actions. This continuous feedback is supplemented by periodic formal appraisal meetings, then in which superior and subordinate can review the progress towards goals, which leads to further feedback. The next very important step and the last step is performance appraisal. Performance appraisal are a regular review of employees' performance within the organization. It is done at the last stage of the MBO process. It includes prepare commitment, implement schedule activities, then progress reviews, plan and schedule reviews, and annual reviews. Performance appraisal focuses on performance of the individual on the basis of set goal and activities. It puts emphasis on improvement and always gives subordinate to the guidelines how they can further enhance their performance in near future. So it has future orientation. To have effective output from the employees, it is advisable to carry out appraisal on continuous basis. Such frequent reviews help in avoiding future problems. Even individual employees are asked to do self-appraisal, which very important because it helps them to understand the areas where they are better and where they are lacking. In short, MBO is a process whereby the superior and subordinate manager of an organization jointly identify its common goal, define each individual's major areas of responsibilities in terms of the result expected of him, and use these measures as guides for operating the unit and assessing the contribution of each members. This makes clarity among the employees about what the organization expects from them, and in turn, it also enables the manager to set the goal for individual employees based on their own strengths and weaknesses, which makes the situation a win-win situation. Thank you.